Down and pray. You better get down and pray. You better pray for forgiveness. You better get down and pray for all your dirty business. You better get down upon your knees. Beg the Lord, please, please.
Not a single boat on the trestles. This is a sight to behold. Fish on.
All right, love it.
Go.
How far off were you, John?
I was probably off about 15 feet. First fish.
Good deal.
On a very windy day. We're too stupid to stay home. So we're out here on the south end of the trestles. It's not very rough, it's very windy. If you look at the wind graph at Shell Beach for that day, you'll see that right around 7 o'clock there was a huge jump up in the wind speed from about 14 knots up to over 20 knots. It's going to be an extremely high wind day, like 20 knots. And it's only about 15 this morning. It's really not that rough yet, but we're on the south end. The southeast wind, it's in a bit of a lee from the wind. Yeah, water quality is not, maybe 6 inches. Start with a darker color. David's on a fish. And a nice one there. Yeah, 14 and a half inch. Yeah, this is a fish, this is a typical size for the fish I've seen here the last few weeks. They're not the 5-pounders that you hear about in the past, which I never really got to experience. But there's one on. With my small boat, we snuck through the peninsula today to get out here. Because you have to go through these very low bridges. It's a good example of sometimes your boat works with you and sometimes works against you. Today the little skiff worked with us. Yeah, so they seem to be hitting. They're hitting off the bridge here about what? 20, 30 feet. The last 2 times I've been at the trestles, I've had much more success by slowing my jigging presentation down considerably. And I've made some equipment changes. My jigging to a 6'6" rod, G Loomis, with a Abu Garcia Revo SX. There's another fish coming in.
This one's got some tone. These are foul hook.
Oh yeah.
Almost 18. That's
Fish on. So with this shorter rod, it is a medium heavy, but with this shorter rod I feel more in control when I'm jigging. I feel like I can jig it subtler and feel it better.
yes, yes, yes. Make sure that
Real big.
Oh yes, he's pulling drag. Oh big.
I'm gonna get the net.
Redfish. It's like about a 17-inch redfish.
You could tell that was a big fish. You're getting pretty excited. You thought that was your 7-pound trout.
That's what I thought. And that's at least a 4 or 5 pound trout.
So we're both using matrix shad green hornets, which is a darker color. Water is much more stained today, and really it looks like it's about 6 inches. It's not good water, but this color is being very productive for us. There's another one. Man, you are pounding the trout. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that one swam off, but
John, they're way off. I'm getting hits
right here.
Look.
Wow. Right off the quite a ways over the bridge. You can see on this gauge height graph from the Wrigley's that the period of time we fished from about 6:45 to 7:30, we had a strong incoming tide. And we were on the west side of the trestles, so the current was coming at us. And we would cast up the current and work it back toward us. And we found the fish at least 100 feet off of the trestles. So, and that was certainly all current driven. There was a strong current, and the bait or where they were comfortable feeding was as far as 100 feet off of the trestles.
That's your behind. Boy, I need a rest there. Come on, David. I'm
Attacking it.
That trout has hit me 3 times. Still can't do that. They're way off, John. This is the 4th time he's hit. There you go. I'll get it. Just leave it.
No, you stay on the motor. I'll get the fish.
Probably going to Seabrook.
Fish on.
I'm out here. I'm going to Seabrook.
Got some kick to it. Whoa!
Nice trout. Oh yeah.
It's a kick. He's fighting.
Nice trout. Come on in.
Making me
there,
good.
Trout. Come on in, trout. Come on in. Yep.
There we go. Decent. That'll be 16. And you look like Chaz Champagne. Another hit. Oh!
Got him.
Wow. That was, I almost lost my pole. Get it that time?
Not a big one.
Decent. Glad I have this fire line on because one of my 20-pound braid I normally fish with,
Yeah.
I'd be getting wind knots like crazy. Look at that, he ate the tail right off that thing.
Well, that hornet earned its pay. That's all I can say.
Absolutely.
Stay up on the motor. Nice trout.
Well, one thing that this end of the boat does for you is it gets you straight.
Yep.
You can cast your line straight out.
Right.
The back of the boat struggling a little bit with the wind belly.
If you think there ain't nobody and it's only just you and me, that's the first time in a long time, honey. You and I agree. You better get down and pray. You better pray for forgiveness. You better get down and pray for all your dirty business. You better get down upon your knees. Beg the Lord, please, please, please. You better get down.
We had a good day, and it was all compressed into 45 minutes of fishing. And we got out there early on the south end of the trestles. We could get out there safely because we could sneak through the bayou, Irish Bayou Peninsula without having to deal with any rough water at all. So we had, reasonable winds, 14, 15 knots first thing in the morning. We were catching trout and we were drifting the whole time. The bite kind of ended when we anchored, which, that happens to us before. We anchor and then just something changes and then we kind of lost the bite. It was starting to get rougher. The wind definitely picked up. It's probably 20 knots now by about 8:30. When you're fishing plastics in the wind like that, it is tough. I mean, you can really only fish straight into the wind or directly downwind, and otherwise you just can't feel your bait. You can't stay in contact with your bait. There certainly weren't many people out there. There were only 3 boats out there with us. So, but hey, if you got out today and maybe you were fishing on the north shore or the north end of the Trestles, I'd like to hear about how your day went. Maybe you went out in the middle of the day and just grounded out in that 20-knot winds, caught fish. I'd love to hear that story as well. Hit the subscribe button if you want to notice, so you know when my videos get uploaded. And hope to see you out in the water sometime. If you see me out there, I'd love to meet you, and just say hello.